Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, we're diving into a PSP classic that I remember picking up years ago, Naruto Ultimate Ninja Heroes. I've always had a soft spot for Naruto games, and revisiting this one gives me a chance to see how it holds up today. From the moment I booted it up, the menu felt instantly familiar yet nostalgic, the kind of design that screams early handheld fighter. There's something satisfying about seeing those bold, colorful buttons, the character portraits lined up, and the iconic Naruto logo on the screen. It immediately brings back memories of waiting for the game to load, rushing through the menu and trying to pick my favorite character before my friends could. But beyond nostalgia, I was curious, does it still offer a fun experience when compared to modern fighting games? How does it hold up against the fast-paced, flashy titles we have now? Let's find out together. Right off the bat, the game feels very accessible. The controls are simple, which is perfect for a handheld console. You have your basic attack buttons, a jump, a block, and a button for special moves, which is straightforward enough that anyone can pick it up in seconds. Yet don't let that simplicity fool you. The combat has that classic button-mashing, combo-heavy style that fans of the series will recognize immediately. Each character has unique moves and signature jutsus, and there's a lot of attention to detail in replicating their anime counterparts. I started with Naruto, naturally, he's always the go-to. I love how his Rasengan animation pops on the PSP screen. It's simple, yet satisfying. The way it spirals and glows, even on a handheld, feels impactful. One thing I noticed while replaying the early battles is the pacing. The fights move briskly, which keeps you engaged, but some combos can feel repetitive after several rounds. However, there's a surprising amount of depth if you experiment with timing and spacing. Dodging at the right moment, canceling a combo into a jutsu, or juggling your opponent mid-air can turn a seemingly straightforward fight into something a lot more strategic. I spend a good amount of time experimenting with these small techniques, and it's where the game really starts to shine. It rewards you for thinking beyond simply pressing buttons. Another element that surprised me is the story mode. This PSP entry doesn't just throw you into fights, it walks you through key events from the Naruto series. For longtime fans, it's a neat way to relive favorite moments. For newcomers, it actually provides enough context to understand the story without overwhelming you with information. The missions are short and bite-sized, perfect for handheld play. You can jump in for a 5-minute session or get hooked for an hour. I really enjoyed how some battles unlock extra dialogue and character interactions. These moments add personality beyond just the fighting and make the characters feel more alive. You see a bit of Naruto's humor, some rivalry moments with Sasuke, and even a few surprises with side characters. It's subtle, but it enriches the experience. Graphically, the game holds up surprisingly well. The character models are clean, and while textures are simple, the animations are fluid. There's a charm to the cel-shaded style. It captures the anime look without overcomplicating things. Even now, watching Naruto sprint across the screen, leap into the air, and deliver a flurry of punches, it feels true to the source material. What really stands out, though, are the special moves. The Rasengan, Chidori, and other signature jutsus have flashy effects that feel impactful even on the PSP's small screen. They explode, swirl, and light up the battlefield in a way that feels satisfying. From a modern perspective, it's not going to compete with the latest console graphics, but for a handheld game of its time, it's impressive. The music also deserves a mention. The energetic tracks and battle themes do a lot to set the mood and keep the adrenaline up. The soundtrack perfectly matches the intensity of each fight, and it even brings a nostalgic smile when you recognize familiar melodies from the anime. Let's talk about combat depth. On the surface, it might seem straightforward, but if you pay attention, there's more going on. Timing attacks, managing chakra, and using jutsu strategically can mean the difference between a quick victory and a painful loss. I spend a few matches experimenting with defensive moves and different character abilities, and it's where the game really shines. You start to notice patterns in AI behavior, subtle windows to interrupt attacks, and opportunities to chain combos for maximum effect. Compared to modern fighting games, it's simpler, of course. You won't find intricate 10-button combos here or complex meter systems like in recent console titles. But that simplicity is part of the charm.
You can jump straight into battles without memorizing complicated combos, which is perfect for portable gaming. It reminds me why we loved these handheld fighters in the first place. Pick up, play, have fun, and repeat. Revisiting Ultimate Ninja Heroes hits the nostalgia factor. Seeing familiar characters and stages again brings a sense of comfort. Unlocking new fighters adds a layer of replayability, and I found myself wanting to test different matchups just to see how they feel. The multiplayer aspect, even though it's local, was always a big draw. Trading battles with friends or family made the game feel alive. Even today, with online play being standard, there's something satisfying about this simple head-to-head experience. It's a reminder that fun doesn't always need complex systems. It just needs the right balance of mechanics and charm. One thing I noticed during my playthrough is how the AI scales. Early opponents feel manageable, but as you progress, battles start to demand more precision. Dodging, blocking, and timing your special attacks becomes crucial. I even found myself rethinking which characters I wanted to master. Characters like Sasuke and Kakashi play differently from Naruto. They require a more tactical approach, which adds diversity to the gameplay. The variety of movesets encourages you to experiment, which is something I appreciate. You're not stuck using one character to win. Each one offers a different rhythm and strategy. Compared to modern games, the graphics and mechanics may feel dated, but there's a purity to the experience. Modern titles often bombard players with complicated menus, skill trees, and endless online modes. Here, everything is concise and approachable. That doesn't mean it lacks challenge. The timing, spacing, and choice of jutsu still demand attention and skill. You can see the foundation of what made Naruto games popular and how that formula evolved in later console entries. So, where does this leave us? Naruto Ultimate Ninja Heroes is more than a nostalgic trip. It's a solid portable fighter with a decent story, accessible controls, and combat that rewards experimentation. It might feel limited compared to today's console fighters, but that limitation is actually a strength. It keeps things focused, fun, and easy to pick up on the go. From a modern perspective, it's still worth playing if you love Naruto or want a compact, engaging fighting experience. The graphics, while dated, hold up surprisingly well for a PSP title, and the gameplay feels timeless in its approachability. I was genuinely surprised at how engaging it still feels after all these years. Playing this again reminded me why I loved handheld fighting games in the first place. They weren't about grinding endless levels or mastering overly complicated mechanics. They were about jumping in, having fun, and enjoying every little detail, whether it's landing a perfect jutsu or unlocking a hidden character. Revisiting Ultimate Ninja Heroes made me appreciate that simplicity and charm. And it's a reminder that good design doesn't need to be flashy or overcomplicated. It just needs to be fun and rewarding. Thanks for joining me on this revisit of a PSP classic. If you've played Naruto Ultimate Ninja Heroes, let me know your favorite character or battle in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Did you master Naruto's Rasengan, or do you prefer the tactical approach with Sasuke or Kakashi? Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want more retro handheld reviews and gameplay breakdowns. Until next time, happy gaming!